Yo, what's up guys? Back again with another video. This is part 2 of let's upgrade a 2-wheel drive rustler. Alright, last time I kind of did the rear end and put a couple little things. So 272R Magnum transmission in the mail, should be here today. If not, it'll show up like tomorrow. So what can we do for today? So I have a servo, 2 front camber links, aluminum steering rack, and motor ESC. I got a Traxxas TQ here with a remote, so it'll have its own remote too. And I got front wheel hexes to put on there. I know it's just kind of a small thing, but better than plastic, a little bit more robust. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, I can put this on the lid too. Yeah, so let's get into it. What do you say we do the steering rack first, since that's probably the deepest part, and while we're in there, I think the servo after that, or something like that, you know, servo, steering rack, and so on and so forth. I have to look at this a little bit before I start, because it's still early morning for me. Yeah. So yeah, good morning, if it's morning for you, or good evening, good afternoon, whatever it may be. Yeah, I definitely need to get rid of this Phillips hardware. I don't like it. It's not the end of the world, and it works, that's for sure, but I have to work harder than I think I should. That should come out, right? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting, Traxxas. What a pain. Good car, but weird. Yeah. Did somebody paint this red? Or they just use red Loctite in there and like, that's silly. Okay, alright, so we got the front end off, and we'll put the rear end aside. Yeah, different. I'm gonna have to get some other stuff here, so I need 3 of them, but without the Phillips. What does that go to? Oh, that's a busted head. from one of the other ones from the other day, yesterday. Yeah. I'll need a wrench for that too. Yep, got me a couple of MIP tools to help me out that I did not have before. One is a 5.5 millimeter nut driver, because I broke my other one. And you're wondering, how do you break a nut driver? It's pretty easy, actually. Yeah, especially when the manufacturer doesn't make it out of this kind of metal, right? I think this has been heat treated to the point where it's like impact resistant. So it's better. Now the other one, not so much. I was wondering why I was having such a hard time with it. And then I noticed that the hairline fracture along the edge because it's a cast part. Or rather, a cast tool. Alright, now I can actually deal with this. Oh, it's so old. You know, and it's kind of funny that this is not exactly a antique by any means. But it just looks crusty and old. Oh, wow. It literally was riding on plastic. Yeah. Yep. This steering rack's actually broken too. So kind of good that I'm changing it out. Yeah. Bushings, not bearings in here. And that does not surprise me one little bit. Yep, busted steering rack. Because somebody decided to tighten it down just too much. Alright, not garbage, but not something I'm going to use anytime soon. So I tell you what, spring has sprung. It was so nice yesterday. Actually, oh man, I need a new one of these too. It's all deformed. Like it got way too hot. Which, that's odd considering there's nothing up here in the front of this car to warrant this thing being melted. I may have to leave that on. There we go. Yeah, just rough part. That's for sure. Rough part. Yeah, almost put it on upside down. Almost. think I'm gonna have to get creative here with how I assemble it because of the warped part. Oh, it's not really warped, it's just outright damaged. Jeez Louise. Yeah. I might have to actually file it down. I suppose I could heat it up a little bit and then try to massage it back into its form, but I really don't want to do that. Good gracious. Yep, somebody's just cinched it down so tight it mashed it. Oh, great. The other side's just fine. Yep, rude and rude and rude and rude. If I can get this one bearing on, all the rest is going to be far easier. Let's see if I can use a little bit of oomph here, or finesse. And this is probably how I broke this thing. Nope, that's not working. Enough. Maybe not. Yep. Mash that shit out. That's so rude. It's another one of those things that can be avoided. All you got to do is just use the right screw and don't over tighten it. Like ball rights, these don't need to be that long. I don't need something this long. Does it give it more stability? Technically, but if you over tighten it, you're going to go way far further than you're going to need, and it's going to ruin things or make it not work. There we go. What a pain already. Yeah, rude. It's bad at the bottom too. Yep, I am gonna have to adjust the bottom also because it's bulged out. I probably should just get another one of these parts. Like, it's not that bad, but it's bad enough. I should not be having to edit my parts like this. Oh well, that's what I get for getting secondhand. Or third, fourth, hell if I know, it came from eBay. Yep. Kind of a weird spot to have damage. But that is not damage from operation, which, you know, that's wear and tear. That damage I have no problem with. Makes sense. But when I get damage like this from somebody just, oh, I'm going to crank this thing down. No, that was avoidable. You don't need to make any screw or bolt or nut or anything on a RC car or any other car for that matter. Beg for mercy. You do not need to do that. It's alright. I'm only going to have to do this probably once, and then it'll be good until I break it, or whoever ends up with this thing. There we are. Yep. Brute force it. That'll work. That's crap. Yeah, rude. Yep. That is like full length. You do not need, I'm not even putting these back in. I'm going to use one that is slightly shorter and probably closer to the right size, because that's entirely too long. These are a little better. Like, you want them to go like as long as possible, but not that long where it's poking through the other side. You know, this ain't no break on through to the other side type of thing, you know? It's not what you want. Oh. And I don't like, I actually think that I need slightly longer ones. And I'm gonna go fishing for excuse me, another set. I don't even know if I have them that long. That might be the next size up. That can't be right. I gotta have a hex that's much bigger than that, or much longer than that. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm running out of all of the screws that I use a lot. Alright, well, wow, that doesn't even make contact. Maybe I do have to use these. So worn out. Yeah, this is not one that you have to worry about coming out because of how Traxxas designed this truck. My stomach talking. Must be time for more coffee or breakfast. That's fine. There we go. Now, I need to not have this little pile of screws next to me. Be better just to have everything boxed up and labeled. Alright. Well, that was a pretty easy thing to do right there. Alright, let's change out these. Links that are not able to be adjusted. Yeah, I really got to lean in to remove the Phillips head fasteners. Nope, I gotta go much longer now because I'm using regular size now. Sure, that looks good. Right, one more. Way too long. Yep, pulled from the wrong bin. I'm still gonna need that. And I'm actually gonna put lock nuts on the back side. I already got that one out. Because these turn, or these C blocks are rather narrow at where they interface with the link. So I'll use a longer fastener and then I'll back it up with a lock nut. Is that long enough? No. Figure. That is good enough. Honestly, I don't even really need to put the nut on there, but I'm going to anyways. I have enough threads. Like, that was my only kind of like cause for even wanting to put a nut on there, is like, I don't want anything hanging out unnecessarily. I'm not looking to have any, you know, anything extra for stuff to get caught on. Yeah, this is going to be a scooting little cart when I am done. Guaranteed. And being that the weather has changed, I'm going to be able to do run videos without having to worry about the weather so much. Oh, is it too wet, or is it so wet that I can't go outside? Yeah. Really need to clean up this mess. Okay. I think I can put this back on. As soon as I figure out where I'm putting the servo. That probably helps. Yeah. Where's the servo go? I don't know. And I need a link too. Oh, that's on. I already did that on last video. Okay, so. Oh, right there. Yeah. Now that I like is having the servo mount built in. Like that. Sure, let's go with that. Almost got all of the screws that I'm looking for this next step. Yeah, hunt and pick through the pile. Good enough. Get these out of there. And we're starting to get somewhere now. Probably shouldn't install the motor, only because I'm getting that transmission by this evening. So maybe I'll cut this video short, like when I go to do that. But I will be able to install everything else, I do believe. Connect that. Rude, that's not, well, it is adjustable. Let's see if we can get some length out of this thing. too long, of course. What are we doing? Yep, still not long enough. I may have to use an entirely different one if I can't make this thing grow like another 1/4 inch. Oh yeah, I'm running out of threads. It's either that or I have to find a longer ball or longer ends. Yep, time to get the bag of links out. Find one that's gonna fit. Yep, I got lots of options here. Actually, I can go with an easy option and just use the ball or the end off of this one here. I think might be enough. Yeah, now I picked the one that's too long. Yeah, that's silly. Too long. Not long enough. Nowhere in between. Yep. Alright, so that's too short. This is too long. Is there one that's in between? Probably not. That's almost long enough, but not. Yeah, so much crap in here. I wonder if that one's long enough. I don't have to have it to be adjustable, it just would be convenient. That is the right length, right there. If it don't look right after I get this tightened down here, I'm going to use the adjustable one. I may have to just flip this servo over entirely because it's not making the steering rack do what it should do. May need to use a shorter horn too. Well, Adventures in RC. What am I going to find next? Okay, I guess I will take that and put it back on the way. Well, something hit the floor. That's all right. I'll find it later. Okay. Now where'd those other ones go? Right here. Yeah, I need to clean up here just a little bit. Getting overwhelmed by all this extra stuff that don't need to be out. Not really overwhelmed, it's just I become saturated with how it looks, and then I'm like, nope, it need to be put away. Need to be put away. That is trash. Well, I could probably use it for something, but it's like I would have to wait ages before I'm actually going to need that. And it's already a broken part, so yeah. All right. Yep, I found what I dropped. I actually dropped a couple of things. Alright, much better. Or rather, I'm getting there. Right. Okay. Couple more screws, and then I should be able to have this thing, have its steering back on. And yes, I'm definitely gonna put regular screws in, not have the hex. Or not have the Phillips, excuse me, and only have the hex. I don't know how much I'm improving this, but I think it's actually going to be better. I'm definitely going to have to replace those. It's pointed way. It's towed out really bad right now. I'm glad I put these on so I can fix that. Gee, yeah. Am I on to tuning it? Close. Yeah. This is probably overdoing it for this car, but I got a Mamba X. Them little ones that do 6S. You know, all I ever do with this is pull the stickers out and I file them with all the rest of them, and you know, pull out the goodie that's in there, and that's it. Very nice, very nice. And yeah, where do I want to stick this? Honestly, it can go pretty much anywhere. Probably should put it right here up front for balance. And then yeah, maybe like that. Because I'm gonna have this probably right here. But this isn't waterproof, so I might need to get a box. And I also need a whip. Yeah, by the look of where the holes go, or where the screw holes are, there's a box that goes right here that should house this, because the whip is like over here where the housing for it is, so it should be like that. And this one, when I get the new transmission, will pop in here like that. And then I have this RPM thing that came with it that goes on here like that to help protect the motor, but I'm not gonna put it on there because there's no need. You know, the motor's nestled in there pretty well. You know, granted it's not bolted up, but no big deal, right? That wire, send the wires through the hole here up to the ESC, which they should reach. I got these all zip tied up somewhat decent from the last car that this was in. It should go in there pretty easy. So, yeah, we do it like that, and then that's not long enough. I'm gonna have to put the ESC back here, which makes the ass end of the car heavy again. Maybe not. Maybe I just put it up here in the battery box section. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Move it a little bit closer, run my batteries horizontal or or rather in parallel with the axles. And yeah, mount it in there with some straps or something. I'll get a I don't know, some aftermarket battery mounts, and just it'll be a strap over like that, and it should balance out the car pretty well having it like that. Boy, if I put it back here like so, then I can run a 4S pack maybe in there. Probably not. It's probably gonna have to be 2-3S packs, unless it's one of them drone batteries, which are slightly different shape because they typically have to be, because they're going into a different thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to call the video here because I'm like out of stuff to put on it other than that little plastic part for the lid. But all that is making 4 holes in the lid, and you know, that's it. Put screws in after that. Yeah, whatever I pulled this out of, like, it has that cheap double stick on it. So don't use the cheap stuff. The good stuff actually peels up, like whenever you go to remove it. If you don't ever intend on pulling it up or out, yeah, I could see why you would use the cheap stuff. But see, here's the thing. This is not my car. I might possess it, and it might be sitting on my bench, and yeah, I own this, but this is going to end up in somebody else's hands at some point. So the job that I do on this, I want it to last until the next person goes to change it, or to fix it, or to repair it, you know, replace something. So whenever they go to do that, I want it to be in as best of condition as I can do. Yeah, I want that transmission like meow. Yeah, it means I'm gonna have to pull out pretty much the whole rear end again, and yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I will have to pull everything that's on the current motor mount transmission bit and put it on the new one. Alright, so I'm just gonna say that's enough for right now. Like, I really can't do much anything else. I can put these little aluminum hexes on, but there's no point. I mean, like, you guys don't need to see me do that. So I will button this little thing up and say that was part 2, a little bit shorter than last time. You know, like, last time was an hour or more, I believe. But I had to figure some things out with the front end, you know. You just never know what you're going to run into with an upgrade or a build. Yeah, who knew that I was going to have to figure out a different spot to mount the camber links. Yeah, so yeah, kind of looking good, coming along. Yeah, should be good. You know, if it is going to do wheelies, I got the wheelie bar on there. The thing will just, it should rip. I mean, like, it should come up off the ground and be a wheelie monster. And if it's not, I'll be surprised. And if I want to tone it down, I'll throw some weight on the front end that will help make this thing a speed demon. So yeah, that's part 2, fellas. Thanks for swinging in, and I'll do probably another one once I get that transmission in today, and you guys will likely see this whenever I get around to posting it. Sorry, I'm trying to work on that. Bye, guys.